Hi, my name is Ian, and I'm a voiceover artist originally from the US, living in a small village in Czech Republic, working on renovating an old cottage and trying to make a home for myself. Although I consider myself to be a generally happy sort of person, maybe a bit overly anxious at times, and I find it hard to sit still for very long, which does actually help with all I need to do here. The winter this year has been an especially tough one. Typically, I'm pretty okay with the cold and snow, as I didn't get much of that growing up in Atlanta, Georgia, and I still find it really exciting and beautiful. It's the months of gray, foggy weather that eventually have an impact on you. And I have felt the weight of it much more this year for many reasons. But to explain why and to let you see what brought me here today, I need to provide a bit of backstory. Three years back, when I bought this place with my partner at the time and her sister, all the work needing to be done on the cottage was my saving grace from those months of lockdown and isolation we all went through. But I was lucky enough to already be able to work from home as a voice talent and text editor. And all the initial cleaning, sorting, planning, and work just to get the cottage to a state where we could stay in it, even for a night, was a perfect way to keep busy and distract my mind from the pandemic and fear we all shared. And after having to close down the hostel I used to own in Olomouc, 38 kilometers away, the larger jobs as well as daily tasks of this new place were a welcome change and gave me a new goal and path to start walking down. Interestingly, the pandemic didn't hurt my personal business at all, as clients had extra money to spend. And we were lucky enough to have purchased the cottage and start on the essential repairs before the prices of labor and materials got too high. Slowly, though of course with a few hiccups, and even one major disaster with the first roofer, everything started to take shape with the help of others and as I learned how to do more myself. And I found something here that kept me learning, calm, and happy. In September 2021, as the world began to reopen little by little, my partner and I made the decision to move here full-time. And that month, we were married in a beautiful ceremony up the hill from the village and hosted the reception ourselves in the garden of our cottage, surrounded by our family and friends. But in 2022, all this feeling of joy, relief, and even the literal ability to breathe again after almost 2 years was thrown into disarray once more with the situation in Ukraine. Combined with factors directly related to my line of work, it all began to have a drastic effect, very rapidly, on my own business. And many dreams for the cottage had to be put on hold as prices went up. This winter also brought about the most difficult change in my life, as differing goals and plans for the future led my partner and I to separate after 8 years together. With me deciding to stay here at the cottage in the place that, although uncomfortable at times, had grown to be my home.
Meow! So meow! Ah! What? Meow! Meow!
It's so much spring today. Probably one of the first days really this warm, and the birds and everything. So needed. And here is where we come to presently. Know that I am not telling this part of my story to look for sympathy, pity, or even ask for help. Though I am learning not to be scared of that when needed now, even though it is still so much against my nature of being independent and, well, stubborn. I wanted to tell you this to let you see where I am in my life, to let you understand my story a little bit more, and to show you why I've started this channel. These videos are a part of my process and that they are the reasons for me looking at my surroundings differently and finding the beauty right outside my door when I need it most, as well as to learn new things with video editing and other skills I have always wanted to gain, but never felt I had a goal to aim for. I also want you to see that I am only human. Life is hard for many of us. Situations can be really crappy. I am older and still make many mistakes. I succeed and fail spectacularly in equal measure. I love my space and solitude, but I do get lonely as hell at times and desperately miss the ones I love so very much. However, through talking a lot with friends, asking for help when needed, and just getting my ass off the sofa to do something, anything, and along with the kittens and a boatload of coffee, I have been able to push through the worst parts. I'm not saying it is easy right now, but it is getting better. And though I will have to make a truly difficult decision in the near future, I have recently been able to start seeing that there is a new adventure coming. Yes, I am scared, but I'm also very excited too. But that is a tale for another day. Time to drive. As you may have noticed from my attire, as well as the videos, the weather's been quite changeable around here. So what once was snow not just over a week ago to now being spring, that's the way it goes. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to support in any way, please, the best way to do so is like, subscribe, and share with anybody you would like to. And if you want to know more information, you can check the links down in the description below. Click and find out more. And I'll see you very soon, though maybe from not where you expect. Again, thank you so much. Ciao.